Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 9 math, and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter functions, linear, quadratic, and exponential. The lessons we're going to cover today are exponential functions over unit intervals, identify linear, quadratic, and exponential functions from graph, identify linear functions over unit intervals. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. On grade 9 math, chapter we are on right now is functions, linear, quadratic, and exponential. So let's just start with the first lesson, that is exponential functions over unit intervals. How does fx equals 7 exponent x change over the interval x equals 9 to x equals 10? The value of f of x equals 7 exponent x at the endpoint x equals 9 and x equals 10 are f of 9 that equals 7 exponent 9 and f of 10 equals 7 exponent 10. In the value 7 exponent 9 and 7 exponent 10, the same base is raised to different exponents. So to see how f of x changes from x equals 9 to x equals 10, you have to divide f of 10 divided by f of 9. 7 exponent 10 divided by 7 exponent 9. So you have to subtract their exponents. 10 exponent 9 is 1. The correct option is 7. So f of x increased by 7 over the interval of from x equals 9 to x equals 10. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, how does f of t 2 exponent t changes over the interval from t equals 5 to t equals 6. So f of t equals 2 exponent t, right? So f of 5 is 2 exponent 5 and f of 6 equals 2 exponent 6. You have to see how the values are changing. So you have to do f of 6 divided by it is changing from 5 to 6. So 2 exponent 5 divided by 2 exponent 5. So they are have the same basis. You can subtract their exponents. So that is 2 exponent 1 that equals 2. That means f of t increases by the factor of t. The correct option is f of t increases by the factor of 2. Write the answer in percentage. F of 6 equals 2 times f of 5. 2 means you can write it as 1 by 10. That is 1 plus 100 over 100. So that means that is increasing by 100%. The correct option is f of increased by 100%, not by 2. That is increased by 100%. How does f of x equals 9 exponent x change over the interval from x equals 5 to x equals 6? F of x equals 9 f of 5, that is 9 exponent 5, and then f of 6, that is 9 exponent 6. So f of 6 divided by f of 5, that is 9 exponent 6 divided by 9 exponent 5. So 6 minus 5 is 1, that is 9 exponent 1, 9 it is. So f of 5 equals 9 times f of 6. You can write 9 as 8 plus 1, right? And 1 is 100%. The correct option is f of x is increased by 800%. The correct option is f of x is increased by 800%. Because if you multiply, that is 8 plus 100 over 100. Hold on. That is f of x increases by 800%. How does f of x equals 10 exponent x change over the interval from x equals 1 to x equals 5? F of x equals 10 exponent x. F of 4 equals 10 exponent 4 and f of 5 equals 10 exponent 5. That is 10 exponent 5 divided by 10 exponent 4 is 10. The correct option is f of x is increased by 1000%. Oh, that is just 10. F of x increases by the factor of 10. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is identify linear, quadratic, and exponential functions from graph. What type of function does the graph show? That is the quadratic function. What type of function does the graph show? The correct option is quadratic. Let's just start with the test questions. What type of function does the graph show? Which is the correct option? That is a linear function because that is a straight line. So the correct option is linear function. What type of function does the graph show? That is the exponential function. When the graph is increasing, that is the exponential function. What type of function does the graph show? Whenever you have graph like the shape u, that is always the exponential function. The linear function have always a graph that is a straight line, and exponential functions have the graph like this. They increases so fast. So that is the quadratic function. Option 2 is the correct option. What type of function does the graph show? That is the exponential function. Option 1 is the correct option. What type of function does the graph show? That is the linear function. Option number 3 is the correct option. What type of function does the graph show? That is quadratic function. Option number 3 is the correct option. What type of function does the graph show? That is the exponential function. Option number 1 is the correct option. What type of function does this graph show? That is the quadratic function. Option 3 is the correct option. What type of function does the graph show? That is the linear function. Option number 1 is the correct option. What type of function does the graph show? That is the linear function. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to the next lesson. That is, identify linear functions. Is the function linear, quadratic, and exponential? So how do we know if the table of values given is linear, quadratic, or so let's just see how we see if they are linear. You have to calculate the difference of y values. 14 minus 10 is negative 4, negative 10, sorry. 14 minus 24 is negative 10. 4 minus 14 is negative 10. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10. So if the difference of the y value is constant, that means the graph is a linear function. So the given function is the linear function. How do we see if we are given with the values? You have to calculate the difference of their y values. If they are constant, that means that is a linear function. Is the function linear, quadratic, or exponential? So let's just calculate their difference. Mm, 324 minus 441, that is negative 117. 225 minus 324, that is negative 99. 225 minus 324, that is negative 99. 144 minus 225, that is negative 81. And then 81 minus 144 is 63. Hold on. So how it is linear then? Let's just calculate their second differences. 99 minus 170, 177. That is neither linear nor nor quadratic, because if their second difference is constant, then that means that is the quadratic, but their second difference is not a constant value. So the correct option that is neither linear nor quadratic. This is not the linear function. Okay, is the function linear, quadratic, or exponential? The first thing is, if the basic things you need to learn over here is, if the y values, the difference in the y values is always a constant value, then that means that is the linear function. And if the first difference is not constant, you have to calculate the second difference, and the second difference is constant, then that means that is the quadratic function. So if the difference of the y values follows a pattern similar to the y values, that means the graph is exponential. So let's just see, 49 minus 64 is 49 minus 64 is 15, negative 15. 36 minus 49 is negative 13. Why it is linear then? 25 minus 36 is 11, negative 11. And 16 minus 25 is negative 9. So see, their first difference is not constant, but their second differences are constant, I think. Negative 13, negative 15, negative 28, but their second differences are also not constant. So they are not linear functions. You can find a lesson on your book and do as many practice questions you want to. Next lesson. The next lesson is linear functions over unit intervals. How does f of t changes over equals 9 to t equals 10? That is t. T equals 9 is this point and t equals 10 is this point. That is f of t. So you can see from t equals 9 to t equals 10, the f of t is increasing by 1. Let's just start with the test questions. Let's see how the functions are increasing. How does h of x changes the interval from x equals 1 to x equals 2? So here is h of x on the y-axis and x is on the x-axis. You have to see how the values are changing from x equals 1 to x equals 2. So here is x equals 1 and the value on x of x equals 1, the h of x is 4. When x equals 1, the h of x is 4. When x equals 2, the h of x is 8. So that means the function is increasing by 4. The correct option is the function increases by h of x increases by 4. Option number by a factor of 4. H of x increases by a factor of 4. Option number 4 is the correct option. The function is increasing by 4, not the factor of 4, right? That is increasing by 4. Sorry. How does f of x changes over the interval from x equals 2 to x equals 3? So when x equals 2, that is 6. F of x is 6. When x equals 3, that is 9. F of x increases by 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. How does g of x changes over the interval from x equals 4 to x equals 5, which is the correct option? That is increases by 2. G of x increases by 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. How does f of x changes over the interval from x equals 6 to x equals 7, which is the correct option? The correct option is, I think that is increasing by 1. Yes, the function f of x increases by 1. Option number 3 is the correct option. How does h of x change over the interval of x equals 2 to x equals 3? That is increases by 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is increases by 5. Option number 3 is the correct option. How does f of x changes over the interval from x equals 5 to x equals 6? From x equals 5 to, that is f of x increases by 1. Option number 3 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 9 math. The chapter we are working on is functions, linear, quadratic, and exponentials. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or either you can write down the question in the chat box. I'm here to answer all if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.